Hello and welcome to Beach View, our podcast about different things, indoor stuff.
Hello, welcome. So, we're coming back with another musically themed podcast episode, and today we're doing a review of the album Give Up by the Postal Service.
Yes, this is from 2003, and it's kind of like a collaboration, the Postal Service is, between Ben Gibbard, the lead singer of Death Cab for Cutie, who we've covered on this show many times, and Jimmy Tamborello, better known as Dintel, who's an indie electronic artist. And it also features backing vocals from Ginny Lewis of Rilo Kiley. I don't know if you know that band, but
Oh, yeah, I've heard of him before.
indie rock band from, the 2000s. So, it's kind of like a Seattle, sort of Pacific Northwest indie rock, electronica, pop supergroup. And they did the one album, and that's all.
That's it. Well, I love some early 2000s albums, so
Yes.
this is
And
good.
this is like, it was very popular at the time, kind of iconic, I feel like, for the sound of indie pop from this era.
Yeah, I agree. That electronic, sound, the indie, I guess, indie electronica type of thing.
Yeah.
Definitely, it's I guess, a quintessential album for that era. And it's a shame there's only one.
Yeah, well, they decided they weren't ever gonna do another one, I guess. They've had, reunion tours since, but they haven't wanted to do new music.
Well, either way, it was a cool experiment, I think, for them, and it landed really well. I mean, I know it was critically acclaimed, so
Yeah, it's also, pretty popular, too.
Yeah.
Especially two of the singles on here, I feel like were really big.
Oh, yeah. Love that era of indie, pop, electric, whatever you want to call it. I don't even know. But definitely has that Seattle-esque kind of sound, and just I think it was a good album.
Yeah, so you liked it?
I did like it, yes.
Yeah, so, I like all the songs on this album, but I don't think it really works as an album. I
Oh,
don't know what it
really?
is. It's just listening to it as an album, just versus listening to random songs. I feel like it doesn't really work.
Yeah. That's funny. I didn't really have any qualms about it as an album. Of course, I had never listened to the album before, but it didn't bother me being put together as an album, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. I just always feel like whenever I listen to this album, this is weaker than the sum of its parts. Some of these songs I think are really, really good. It just never clicked for me, as an album.
I got you. Yeah. Well, I mean, it was a shorter album, I guess. But I mean, I kind of felt like there was some cohesion though, with the songs and the sounds, but I don't know. I mean, I guess we all have. Yeah.
Yeah, it's cohesive. For whatever reason, I always prefer listening to these songs on their own, or, in a different playlist with parts of things, never, the whole package.
I can see that though, because how sometimes I'll say an album will kind of be sleepy, it makes me kind of sleepy. This was an album that made me a little sleepy, in a good way, not a boring way, but just kind of a soothing sound. But I can see what you're saying, these songs as parts of other playlists, I think probably would hit differently.
Yeah, also some weird lyrics on this album, which we'll get into in the track by track, but yeah, this is it's half really normal stuff and half just
Yeah, I definitely noted that. And there were a couple of parts that weren't my favorite, on some of these songs, but for the most part, I like the sound of it.
Yeah, but good album. I mean, another thing that hangs over this for me is that this was really popular, well liked at the time. I like both the primary artists' main work better. Both Death Cab for Cutie and Dintel I like way better than this album, so it's kind of
yeah.
It's I like this, but you would think that, these two artists I like a lot would get better out of a collaboration, but I don't know, maybe that's just me.
No, I see what you mean. I tend to think of there's always those times when a couple of artists that you really like will do something together and you're kind of oh, I guess the expectation was too high. I don't know. But I'm not familiar with Zintel, but I do know Death Cab for Cutie, and I will say I probably prefer Death Cab for Cutie over this team up, but you know, for what it is, I think like, you know, they did something, they put it out there, it was good, people loved it, like it's all good, you know what I mean? But like I do agree with you like about the other bands liking them better.
Yeah. But, yeah, I guess we'll get into the track by track now.
Okay, yeah, let's do it. So, number 1 is titled The District Sleeps Alone Tonight.
Yes, and this was one of the singles.
Oh, I didn't realize this was a single.
Really?
Okay.
You hadn't heard this
Yeah.
before?
I feel like I've heard it, but I'm not positive. You know, my memory is terrible with music, okay? But I feel like it had that like familiar sound, but like I would not be able to say like, yes, I've definitely heard this before.
Oh, okay, because this is...
You know what I mean?
I feel like this was, like, super popular, so...
I had to have heard it then. If it was super popular, I had to have heard it. But
Well,
I just don't remember, like...
Huh.
It didn't? Oh, I didn't realize that.
But no, like, I heard this everywhere and, like, online, like, for years afterwards. This was, like, really popular. It got covered a lot, I feel like.
Oh, okay. I'm not familiar with the covers, but yeah, I mean, I'm sure I've heard this somewhere along the way.
Yeah.
But, so it's got, you know, it opens right away with these, like, you know, electronic beats. And then, of course, you got Ben Gibbard, like, on the vocals. I thought it was a good song. Like, it's definitely like I guess kind of melancholy. I don't know.
Yeah.
How'd you feel about this? Yeah.
It is a bit melancholy, but it also has parts that are very upbeat and like kind of cheery. Especially
I
like
feel
once
like
the
that's
guitar's
like,
in it.
Yeah, like the whole kind of album is like, oh, this is kind of sad, but like the beat's kind of, you know, upbeat. Like so it's like a nice little, you know, combo, I think. Like when you have like a more upbeat song, but like this kind of melancholy topic, like you know, I don't mind it. I think it's good.
Yeah, very cool song. I think this is probably the best song on the album. It's like
I have to agree with you. I do like the song.
Single.
Yeah, so it's like the song is kind of like it sounds like it's about like lonely, you know, being lonely. And they're talking about like DC, right? The district. So I thought that was kind of interesting because like that's not where they're from, but it sounds like that's what they were talking about.
Oh, so I know this because I've read interviews with Ben Gibbard, but he explicitly says like, yeah, I don't always write about my own life.
Yeah.
If you remember in one of their previous albums, they talk about like the speaker talks about growing up in the suburbs of Denver.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. Interesting.
So it's not necessarily like a story from his life. It's just like
that makes sense.
You know, about a character living in DC and seems like going through a breakup, though that's not like necessarily stated.
Yeah, definitely that like loneliness feeling though, right? So
yeah,
like definitely feels like going through a breakup kind of thing, but could be just being lonely.
Yeah, and the like I really like the lyrics in the song and the like you mentioned the starting like electronic instruments. Yeah. Like that's a really good sound, especially for the feeling it's trying to capture. And I like the strings throughout, specifically like the little like string outro.
Yes.
This is kind of like almost like crunchy sort of like lower audio quality strings that I think really works as an outro.
Exactly. No, I thought the same thing. I thought this was a good song. Definitely like the instrumentation too.
Yep, very good song.
All right, number 2, Such Great Heights.
Yes, the other big single on this album.
Yes. So yeah, this is definitely, I think like when you think of indie pop, like this is the sound to me.
Yeah. Like it's very quintessential for the genre, I feel like.
For sure, yeah. Definitely have heard this one before. You know, I think this is kind of the same, where it's got that kind of upbeat, you know, kind of feel to the song, but the lyrics are kind of like more, you know, I guess, I don't want to say melancholy. I don't think they're melancholy, but like, melancholy. You know, they're kind of more like, I don't know, I guess just like thoughtful or, you know, I don't know. not coming up with a word to describe it. But it's like, it's a little bit of a difference where it's like, it's got that upbeat kind of tempo, but it's just a little bit, it's a deeper song with the lyrics, you know what I mean?
Well, it's about, we're apart, but I'm writing you this song sort of as a, like, thinking of you.
Yeah. Yeah, heartfelt, you would say.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
This is like really upbeat song. It's got that like, really chipper synth like from the beginning.
Definitely. Yeah. I like this song. I thought it was good too.
Yeah, but again, very quintessential indie pop song. Good song.
For sure. Yeah, I definitely liked it.
All right. Next.
Number 3, Sleeping In.
Yeah, this is where the weird lyrics cut in.
Yeah. This is more of a like laid back kind of like feel to it, like, and it's got lyrics like about a dream, like dreaming, right? So like one of them, he talks about like the JFK assassination. Like another line is about climate change. Like it's kind of like funny in a way that like you're just kind of like these crazy lyrics, but I mean, I do have crazy dreams, so I thought this was kind of, relatable.
This is, really weird song about the dreams, though. It's like...
Yeah, it's so all over the place, it feels like. I don't know.
Yeah, but yeah, it is this kind of more, like you said, kind of chill song.
Yeah.
Especially with the chorus, "Don't wake me, I plan on sleeping in."
Yeah.
Kind of more relaxed.
Which I like this. I mean, like I said, it's relatable. I love sleeping in. I'm all about don't wake me, I'm having crazy dreams. Yes, always. So I like this song. But it does have that kind of like, when you're like just waking up in the morning, you're still laying in bed kind of feel. Like you don't really want to get up yet. That's how it feels, yeah.
Yeah, the music throughout this album is good. But yeah, this really captures the feeling.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely like this one.
Yeah. Well, next.
Okay, number 4, Nothing Better. So this is where the featured singer comes in, Jenny Lewis.
Oh no, this is a separate featured singer for this song.
Oh, okay. Wait, who were you talking about earlier?
Yeah, Jenny Lewis. She's not on this song, but she's on most of the other songs.
Oh, I thought it was the same person.
No, this is...
Who is this?
Jen Wood, who I don't know.
Oh, okay, I didn't realize
Some indie musician from Seattle, I guess.
Oh, okay. I thought this was Jenny Lewis as well.
No.
Okay, well, that's why we're talking about it, right? So, Nothing Better. So this one, this is like, it sounded like, again, about like, I don't know if it's like a breakup.
Yeah,
it's
like
a
breakup.
the like feel of a relationship, like being rejected, and it's got that electronic feel to it. They had something, and I don't know if this is what it was, but it was kind of like xylophone sounding music.
It's probably like an electronic instrument. I think everything on here other than the guitars is
electronic. Okay, positive. Yeah, I like that sound though. It was a bit more. I don't want to say like whimsical, but it had like that feel. Like I like that little like sound to it. And then like she's like the singer in here is singing about like, I thought this was kind of funny. Like I prepared a lecture on why I'm leaving kind of thing. So just like the rejection of it all, and like her, like you kind of get the feeling like she's like, we've been over this. Like here's a whole lecture about it. Like I thought that was a little comical.
Yeah, it is kind of a funny song.
Yeah. Even though it's like, a painful relationship song, it's still it's kind of funny, yeah.
But I also feel like this style of song is very, like, quintessential indie pop. Like, for years afterwards, indie was doing this, like, dueling sort of conversation.
Yeah.
Like, that style of song.
Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was an interesting song for sure.
Yeah, and I like the instruments in this sound almost like 8-bit. I don't think it's like literally that, but it has that sort of feel to it. It's like kind of an older electronic sound.
Yeah, it does have, I mean, I wouldn't be able to like describe that technically like you just did, but It does have that kind of older sound.
Well, by 8-bit, I meant, like, literally from 8-bit video games, because they can only have, like, a certain range of sound produced from the,
okay.
console could only produce so much.
I got you, yeah. I actually wrote on, my notes on another track about it, like, sounding like a video game, so that's kind of funny.
Yeah, and also, cool line in here, I think. Don't you feed me lines about some idealistic future. Your heart won't heal right if you keep tearing out the sutures. I think that's a good line.
Yeah, that was definitely a good line. I like that line.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love that.
Yeah, cool song.
It is a cool song. All right.
Next.
Moving on. Number 5, Recycled Air. This, like, right off the bat, just kind of, like, gives you that gross out, like, ew, recycled air.
Maybe for you. I don't feel any sort of way about
yes.
that.
Well, you immediately think about airplane travel, obviously.
Yeah, which is what this song is about.
Yes, exactly. And to me, this has definitely got that melancholy, like, I think they're just talking about, like, being on the road.
Yeah.
And it's, they're talking about, like, airports, like, hotel rooms, like, air
Taking
travel.
off.
Yeah, it sounds depressing. It's a depressing song to me.
This isn't depressing. It's too chill to be depressing, honestly. Like, it's got kind of, like, a low-key vibe, as you like. I don't know why you like...
Yeah, it's definitely, it's chill, but, like, to me, it was, like, more depressing. I don't know. Like, it just sounds, I don't know, like, lonely, like...
Yeah.
I don't know, just kind of like, ugh. But, I mean, it wasn't a bad sound. It was,
Yeah. I feel like it has that sleepy vibe, too, from the earlier song.
Yes, exactly. It definitely does. And the music, like, kind of builds up, right? Like, it's, I don't know what way to say that, but, like, it was, I like the instrumentation in this, too.
Yeah. And this is definitely, I feel like, the most, like, vibe song on the album. It's kind of just like you get into that sort of, depressing to me, kind of chill, a little bit melancholic. But you get into that sort of atmosphere and it just kind of lingers there for the whole song.
Yeah, that's true. I kind of was thinking, like, I might need to add this to, like, a travel playlist. Like, just, like, I like to make playlists sometime. Every once in a while, I'll make, like, a playlist. Like, if I'm going to New York, I'm, like, putting, like, New York theme songs on there. Like, so this is definitely air travel.
Yeah.
It needs to go in some playlist, but I don't want to be depressed about it. So I think I need to get to a place where I'm more like, it's not depressing, it's chill.
Yeah. And again, kind of weird lyrics. Not the weirdest on this album, but it is like, traveling, going on an airplane. It's kind of like, kind of a little bit out there for a song, especially because, like, most of the rest are, like, there's a lot of these about relationships, which is, like, very tried and true for popular music. It's just kind of a neat topic,
Yeah, I like the topic, but, like I said, it was a little bit depressing to me, but it's still good.
Yeah. Alright, well, next.
Okay. Clark Gable. Okay, do you know who Clark Gable is?
Yes! He's a famous actor.
Just checking. You never know. You never know these pop culture references and who knows what these days.
Yeah.
Anyways, wanted to get that out of the way. Okay, so this is a more upbeat track, yeah. I think.
I'd call it jaunty, even.
Oh, jaunty. I like that. I think it's definitely jaunty. So yeah, this is, I think this is one of the, like, songs that, like, you remember on the album. You know what I mean? Like, it kind of sticks with you a little bit.
Yeah, it's got those, like, horns.
Yes. Yeah, like, I wrote down the horns.
And it has this, like, very, again, the jaunty feel with the beat. And, like, it's also got a lot of lyrics, I feel like. And it's kind of a weird narrative.
Yeah, exactly. And I guess it's like, let's see. I was trying to write down lyrics that stood out to me, but I didn't.
Well,
for this
making
song.
a home movie, which is, like, a really weird, like, first of all, I like, why do this, and why would you, like, write a song about
that? Yeah, it's definitely an interesting one. It's got that kind of, like, It's got like a good beat to it, I think, like, which I guess would be what I don't know what it's called, like the synthesized kind of sound. Anyway, I really need to brush up on my technical terms because I'm always like, oh, what do you call this? But I like the beat to it. So, but yeah, I think it's like another kind of like heartfelt song. Like the lyrics are kind of, kind of deeper, I feel like.
I don't know if I'd call it that. It's weird.
You don't think?
It's too weird.
I mean, I didn't think it was like super weird.
Okay, so it's like literally, I was waiting for a cross-town train in the London Underground when it struck me. I should make a movie about love, and then he calls his ex about it, and has someone, has a friend stand in for him because he's the director.
I mean, it's definitely a little weird, right? But I need you to pretend that we are in love again. Like, it's kind of sad. Like, it's like,
I don't know that that's
he doesn't
sad. That's just weird.
Well, it's weird and sad. Yeah. Like, he wanted to believe that love is real. I don't know. But he does say, so one of the lines, to the extent that it's absurd.
Yeah.
So I think he's definitely saying, like, I know this is weird.
Well, that's a director, like a director's note. It's like, directing your actor, okay, I want life in every word.
Yeah. But yeah, like he's saying, like, to the extent that it's absurd, like, this is, like, out of, I don't know, it's funny. And, like, he's, like, yeah, like, in the lyrics, like, yelling, directions to the so-called actors. So it's definitely odd, but, I don't know. It was kind of, like, again, I felt like it was a little depressing, but with an upbeat, like, not depressing music for me.
I don't get depressing, I just get weird.
Yeah. To me it was kind of sad. Like, it was kind of sad because he's like, let's play this out. And that to me is kind of sad. Like, it's just a little, a little depressing.
Again, I see where you're coming from, but this is just so out of left field I can't get to sad.
Okay, well, I got the sad, like, oh, he's, he wants to act out, like, what went wrong or something. You know what I mean? Like, it's just kind of like, oof. Work through it, let it go,
For a movie, though, like, it's not Anyways.
Anyway, yeah, it's odd.
Yeah. Next.
Okay. Next we have number 7, We Will Become Silhouettes.
The last single. I think this was less popular than the other two, though.
To me, this is a little creepy.
Yes.
Okay, you agree?
Well, I mean, the lyrics are about quarantining from some, like, the air becoming so toxic that you'll explode.
It's like a fallout after, a nuclear war or something. Like,
I don't even think it's
don't
that.
Go
like, I think it's its own thing. It's like literally the air's become like poisonous in a way that'll literally make you explode.
Well, it immediately like provoked thoughts of like nuclear war to me. Like, don't go outside, the radiation will get you kind of thing.
Radiation doesn't make you explode.
Well, it can definitely make you explode.
The bomb can.
Yes.
The fallout won't.
If you have too much radiation, you're gonna die.
Yes.
Anyways.
But you will, like, vomit and have organ failure.
Well, anyway, that's what it brought to my mind. So it was definitely, like, creepy. But I thought this was weird. Like, I looked up this song, like, and read, like, a review. And one of the things I read, it said, like, oh, it's, like, optimistic. And it's about, like, facing the future with, like, hope. And I was like, I didn't catch that. Like, I just thought it was creepy. Like, no, I thought it was real creepy. Not a bad song. I mean, like, the instrumentation, I like the instrumentation. Like, there's a little horn section at the end that I thought was good. Like, but, yeah, overall, like, just total creepiness to me.
Yeah, it is kind of a weird topic for a song.
I did not get the hope for the future. Like, I did not catch that.
Song.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought that was a weird, like, I didn't even write down where I got that from, but I was like, ooh, I don't understand that. But I made a note because it was like, I didn't catch that at all. Why did they catch this? So,
yeah.
But I'm wondering, and I didn't look that into it. Like, I'm wondering if, like, if there was ever like an interview this was based off of or something.
I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah. But anyway, I like the horn section.
Yeah.
But
Guitar in this
I didn't
is
really
cool.
care for the lyrics.
Oh, so
yeah.
The lyrics are neat, even if that's a weird topic.
Yeah.
Very inventive, I feel like.
I'll give you that. That's very true.
And I remember some people bringing this up during 2020, because it's about being quarantined.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. I didn't realize that.
Yeah. Well, I think the line, and I'm screaming at the top of my lungs, pretending the echoes belong to someone I used to know, I think that was probably relatable to a lot of people.
Yeah. Creepy. What you gonna do? I just want good feelings, you know?
Well, not all songs are about good feelings.
No, they're not. Which, there's a place for that, so. Yeah. And speaking of places, number 8, this place is a prison. This is a more chill track, I would say.
Oh, see, to me, this is the most depressing one on the album.
It's definitely depressing. But as far as, I don't feel like you have that upbeat kind of,
Yeah, it does have some chill to it.
Yeah. But this is super depressing. This place is a prison. I mean, the title says it all.
Yeah.
Like, feeling like you're in a cage and isolated, I guess. But
yeah,
I think like even the music to it is like it just gives you that like feeling that just like, ugh, I don't know, I don't like it. I mean, I didn't mind the song. Like it was atmospheric for sure. Like it gave a sense of like what they were singing about. But yeah, it just was definitely depressing.
Yeah, but I like the line, pretending there's glamour and candelabra when you're drinking by candlelight.
Yeah.
Cool line. I like the end where it picks up a little bit and you get that, like, the percussion with the xylophone in there. Just kind of like...
Yeah.
A little bit more upbeat at the end.
Yeah. I definitely like the sound of the xylophone. Like, I noted that in the songs that I picked it up in. But, yeah, I think that's a cool sound.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, that's all I got to say about that one.
Yep. All
right.
Next.
Number 9, Brand New Colony. This is a more happy song.
Yeah, definitely upbeat.
Yeah, it's got that, like, love feeling and, I would say this song is optimistic, not the other one that they said was optimistic, but...
Did you miss it?
What?
In the lyrics.
I guess I did.
Okay, so this starts off being like a love song, a lot of like, metaphors, sort of, like, it's really cute, and then we get to the next section where it says, I want to take you far from the cynics in this town and kiss you on the mouth. Okay, that's sort of like, I'm in love and other people around me are kind of cynical about it. And then we get to, we'll cut our bodies free from the tethers of this scene, start a brand new colony, where everything will change, we'll give ourselves new names, identities erased. So, it's kind of like abandoning society to start a cult.
Oh, see, I didn't pick that up.
What did you...
I thought it was just like, hey, like, we'll start anew, like, we'll be new people, like, you know what I mean? Like,
that isn't weird to you.
Like a brand new colony, like,
yeah, that's weird.
Yeah. I don't know. I thought it was like you're so wrapped up in the feeling of this, like, relationship, like we're gonna, start something new here, is kind of what I got from it.
We'll give ourselves new names, identities erased.
I just thought it was like, you're kind of like...
That's not cute. That's weird. Like... That's creepy.
Okay, now that you say it like that, okay, I can see where you're going with this. I thought it was just kind of like, like a cute little thing. Like, I like the line where, like, I'll be the platform shoes, undo what heredity's done to you. Like, I thought that was cute. Like,
oh, yeah, the lines in this are cute. It's a cute little love song. I also like the swerve it takes where it's like, and now we're starting a cult.
Creepy. I did not catch the cult vibe, but now that you're saying it, it does sound a little cultish.
How else do you interpret brand new colony? Like, we're leaving society to start our own thing.
That's what I just told you. Like, it could
that
be
never
like,
goes well.
Like love is complicated here, where we are in this place. Like, let's run away together and, like, do something new. You know what I mean? Like, dramatics. Like,
yeah, I suppose, but I feel like you'd use different language if that was your intent,
I guess so, but I didn't think about it that way when I was listening to it, but I can see what you're saying.
I don't know. I've always read this as like taking a weird swerve into like we're so in love and now we're starting a cult.
I mean, I can see where you're going with that, but like I just thought it was like about love. Like love is all you need kind of thing, you know what I mean?
I don't know. But yeah, I like this song.
Yeah.
I like the lyrics like I was saying and the upbeat nature of it.
Yeah, it's interesting. So now that you're saying it like that, I have to go re-listen to this with a new lens.
Okay. That's always what the song's been to me. Just kind of like.
Well, there you go.
But yeah. Next.
All right, let's see. Next, okay, so this is the last one.
Yeah.
Number 10, Natural Anthem. So this is the closer. What did you think of this?
Yeah, this one has almost like aggressive energy, especially with the strings.
Yes.
I think that's really cool. Especially, it's kind of like odd for a closer, but I like it.
So, yeah, was that like violin in the intro?
I assume it's a synth.
Okay, gotcha. But yeah, it's got the like, you know, that string sound, and then it's kind of like, to me, it was kind of like marching band-esque. Like,
yeah, I can see that.
Something you would hear like a marching band playing like that beat with the cymbals and the drums, and it's got like a super long intro.
Yeah, which I like.
Yeah, and then the lyrics start. It's like definitely like it's kind of frenetic energy, like I don't know. It's like all about the instrumentation in this one, I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it didn't bother me, but like I wouldn't like be playing this like all the time.
I like this song.
You know, it's funny. Whenever there's like songs with like mostly instruments and not a lot of like vocals, I tend to like skip them.
Oh, boo.
Yeah.
You can't skip songs.
I don't know.
That's
well, I do skip songs.
That's a crime against music itself.
Probably, but you know, I only have so much time and I want to listen to like, you know.
Well, look, if you're listening to a playlist, go ahead. If you're listening to an album, you gotta sit down and listen to the whole thing.
Well, yeah, no, I agree. Like, your first round on an album, like, you gotta listen to it all.
No, every time.
No, not for me.
If you're skipping songs, don't listen to the album.
Oh my gosh, I could do whatever I want. But anyways.
Yes, and you're also committing a crime against music.
Well, probably. Yeah. So this one has, like I said, it's just a lot of instrumentation, kind of builds up, and then the vocals come in like, what, after like a few minutes, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, so it's like long.
Yep.
A long instrumentation intro, and then the vocals pop in, and it's very little vocals.
Yeah, I believe it's only like 2 stanzas, so.
Yeah, but it's, yeah, like I said, it definitely gave me that marching band, like, it would be cool listening to this live, I'm sure.
Yeah. Which, yeah, I don't know what their, like, touring looks like.
Yeah. Yeah. But, I mean, I thought it was cool. Like, the production value on it, I think, is pretty cool. On all of these, really. But, yeah, I mean, it was a good closer, I think.
Yeah. But yeah, so, good song, good album. Closing thoughts?
Closing thoughts. Okay, so this was definitely, as I said already, like, early 2000s indie music. You know, it's got that quintessential indie pop, synth, electronic, whatever you want to call it, kind of feel to it. It's got some crazy lyrics, but I'm here for it. And I think, like, there was not one track on this album that I didn't like. I mean, like I said, there were a couple that I was like, oh, I don't know, kind of depressing. But I liked every track. Like, it wasn't bad. I thought the album was good. Like, I would definitely, when I'm in the indie mood, early 2000s indie, I would definitely listen again. And I liked how, as I said already, they had some songs with, like, the upbeat kind of tempo, but, like, the kind of, like, melancholic lyrics. I kind of like when they do that. Just kind of the juxtaposition of that. But yeah, that's all I got. I thought it was good.
Yeah. Good album. Again, like you were saying, quintessential for its genre and its era. Yeah, I like all the songs on it. I'd say The District Sleeps Alone Tonight's probably my favorite. What's yours?
Oh, okay. So I like that one, but I think I probably liked Such Great Heights better.
Okay.
Yeah, but both of those I think are really good.
Yeah, and I think it's like quite obvious why they chose those as the two singles.
Yeah, I agree. Good stuff, man.
Yeah, but yeah, that's this album.
All right, well, if you have no other closing thoughts, I'll take us out.
Yep.
Okay, well, that has been Beachview, our review of Give Up by the Postal Service. And thanks for listening. Join us next time. Bye.
Bye.